So how does this Seat Arona compare with the Kia Stonic? First of all, let's talk about the price, because the most expensive Stonic is actually about the same price as the base level Seat Arona, and there's like a $9,000 difference between the most expensive Kia Stonic SX and the Seat Arona FR. So pricing wise, definitely it will go to the Kia Stonic because it's just cheaper. Next, looking at the exterior design, this is very individual, it's very subjective. For me personally, both are good looking cars, but maybe the Arona it stands out a little bit more on the road. It's just slightly better looking than the Stonic, that's how I would put it. So like exterior wise, I think the Arona is just slightly better looking than the Stonic, but again, this is individual. Okay, this is a big one. So the interior of both cars. In the Arona, you get some cheap looking plastics, but you do get some Volkswagen looking buttons here and there. Even the gear shifter really looks like it came out straight from a Volkswagen Golf. So yeah, it's a mix of cheap looking materials and like average or slightly above average looking materials. Whereas in the Stonic, the materials all feel about average or slightly above average quality. It's a bit more consistent in the Stonic. So interior wise, me personally, I would prefer the interior of the Stonic just because it's a bit more consistent in terms of the materials that they use. Performance wise, okay, this one very clear, no questions. Arona takes this one. Okay, so let me explain. In the Stonic review, I mentioned that it has a lot of low-end torque. So like for example, from a standstill at the traffic light, if you floor the Stonic, it will pick up and go, but it runs out of boost faster than the Arona. So low-end torque, it really goes, but then at about maybe 4000 rpm or something, it will start to like taper off, and then you get a regular performance. You don't get the surge anymore. But in the Arona, I remember I was in gear 5 or gear 6 and the car was really still pulling. So that's the first thing. Second thing is both cars have a 1 liter 3-cylinder engine, and you know, in 3-cylinder engines there's this vibration at idle. In the Stonic, it's quite obvious, it's really quite obvious. But in the Arona, I didn't really quite feel it that much, even though I was more sensitive to the vibrations because I knew it was a 1 liter 3-cylinder. So in my mind, I've already preempted myself that hey, this car may vibrate at a traffic light or may vibrate at idle, but I really did not feel it that much. So performance and the engine, I would have to give it to the Arona. So features wise, between the Kia Stonic and the Seat Arona, it goes to the Seat Arona because it just has more features. Even though both cars come with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, the Arona has more features like adaptive cruise control, city emergency braking, pedestrian protection, park pilot, things like that. But also remember that the Arona is more expensive than the Stonic, and the Arona is also technically a Continental car, so you expect it to have more features as well. So in terms of features, it goes to the Arona, but it's kind of expected because the Arona is more expensive than the Stonic. I won't talk so much about reliability because both cars are still relatively new, but support and warranty wise, the Seat comes with 3 years warranty plus 2 years extended warranty for a total of 5 years. The Kia Stonic comes with a 5-year unlimited mileage warranty and 10 years engine warranty. So just based on the support and warranty, it goes to the Stonic, but I think this one is something you may have to check with them when you actually buy the car. Practicality wise, both cars are practical. The Arona, however, feels a bit bigger than the Stonic interior wise. Like in the rear seats, I feel like I get more space in the Arona. And also the Arona's boot space is bigger than the Stonic. The Arona has a boot space of 400 litres, whereas the Kia Stonic has a boot space of about 352 litres. So for that practicality, I'll give it to the Arona just because it feels bigger and also it has a bigger boot. So overall, if you look at the score or the comparison that I'm doing, I think the Arona just beats out the Stonic, but the price of the Arona is higher than the Stonic. So you do expect a bit more from the car. At the end of the day, I think both are good cars. Maybe if you have the budget, you should give the Arona a chance. Anyway, test drive is free. Just go and test it out, see whether you like it or not. But if the Arona is a bit too expensive, then I think the Stonic will do just fine. However, I think you should get the highest variant of the Stonic, which is the SX, because it just has more features than the regular Stonic and the price difference isn't that big. It's about $6,000. I think it's worth it for the amount of features that you get, and also you are in a way future proofing your car. Let's say like 5-6 years down the road, you want to sell it, your car is still attractive to potential buyers. So yeah guys, I hope this was helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.